July 13th, kind of making a clean entry. Got a nice trail underneath this big cedar. Got a ladder stand, but there's always issues. You come up against a knot, so I'm cutting that out. The old silky comes in handy, but check out this bean field out in front with some good cover. New plot coming around up this creek. Should be a good late season setup, or early potentially. We'll see what we can get on trail cam in this area, and I think Lane will be set to go here. Kind of set it up a little bit for a righty, so seems like I always do that, but oh well, should be a good spot. Well, breaking my rule here a bit, but I'm dragging in an oak limb. Usually wear rubber gloves, but what I'm doing is keeping a limb that I'll cut off. It's kind of one of these limbs that I want to get set up. I may replace it as we get closer to fall, but in here actually adjusting a different stand and thought about it. But man, let's start getting them used to that. So I'm gonna throw one up, got some zip ties in the pocket. Always have those with me too. It's one piece of gear, that and a saw, and you can usually have, if you have oaks, that's kind of what ends up happening. Kind of modify a little bit. All right, I'm a mess here, but just got done finishing up, trimming up the stand. Brought this oak in right here, and you can see I've got it really low. This tree's got a lot of leaves. It's gonna rise up, and especially these as they dry, same thing, but it'll end up being perfect. They'll break it off where they need it. Got a few others that are broken from previous, but this is where I'd gone in and kind of freshened before. I'm gonna drop in a little bit of buck fever today, but it's not really for the scent side of it right now. It's more for the visual. Again, I might bring in another limb depending on what happens here. And I might bring another one in over here. I'm gonna run a camera in this little gap, but I hung that stand here a couple weeks ago. Thought I was gonna be a month before I brought these in, but I wanna get the visual started, and if I have to bring a new limb in later, I will. You can see I didn't use Roundup either, but it's dried down pretty good just from using the silky saw. So I'm gonna rough it up again. I'm gonna put some buck fever in it today, just to kind of get that indicator. We'll slowly start ramping that up once they get closer to Velvet Strip. Beautiful Sunday morning here, July 27th. Look at this sun coming through. We got unbelievable humidity, but it's kind of that lull period right before we get heavy into, fall planting. But kind of checking out a little bit of a first year bean plot that I had, and it's actually, it's smaller, lower level beans, but we've got good moisture. They're going to continue finishing. I'm looking, there is crazy browse pressure. So I'm going to put a trail camera out here and just see what's been hitting. And it's kind of a spot towards destination feed that we weren't really planning on hunting right over. We might do some late season on it, but just a smaller little plot, which, is going to be typical to have low pressure. But out today, going to go cut some scrape branches, probably put a few of those in. Also going to spray a small little micro plot that's going to be going into seed here in 3 or 4 weeks. So, we're down to that final. We're getting some really good trail cam pics in, so getting some bucks back on camera we were hoping to see, and I'm excited. It's going to be, here before we know it. Got to get a lot of the work done yet, and, it all kind of gets you really ramped up, but at the same time, man, until you get it all done, you know that's kind of the one piece that you can control, and it'll help your success. All right, you can see that dark strip. That's where I sprayed about a month ago. This slips right in the back of this stand. That one's way up there, but I had to get up over this where I killed this plot off. But this actually is going to be one last little kill, set this scrape, and then I'll come back to throw seed in. But look at that, that looks awesome. Deer have been bedding in it because it's matting down, but I'm gonna spray it one more time. And man, this is like a little micro pocket. Got soybeans right on the outside, but right here is what I'm gonna prep today. Get my scrape right off of this. Be about a 20-25 yard shot right here. Be money. And that got a good kill on it though. Just a little bitty micro plot. I'm just gonna have probably some cereal grains growing in here, something easy. It'll be more like a no-till, kind of a poor man plot. Trying to get a little opening here, get some sunlight. So I'm gonna take off some of these nasty old locusts anyway, but it'll be a good one to hold the camera. Put the solar panel right above it. Really the stand's right here, but I want to monitor this scrape that I'm getting ready to put in. It's on a bigger locust, but I'm getting ready to clear that out. All weed eat in front. This is going to be green plot, micro plot in the future, so it'll be a good spot for them to get used to this camera. July 27th, it's when you got to be in here and get out. All right, in here, opening up a couple more scrapes. This one here, got my old one. Had to cut this big Joe crop because it was pulling it way down, but that's what happens. So there's gonna be some maintenance. Trying to stay as scent free as I can, but look at that. I mean, you come in here and spray them or pre-spray and it's a breeze to get it opened up. But here we are, end of July. This is when you gotta get out here and do this. Gonna move the trail camera while I'm in here. Bring in this new oak branch that I've got and we'll be good to go. So misplaced my silky. I think I know where I'm gonna go find it. Makes me realize how good it actually is. This old joker, it's cut a lot of trees over the years, but this one here, and you can't really explain a lot of this stuff. There's one limb that was blocking right over that scrape shot, and they grow over. Need to get a pole saw. I'm gonna get to working smarter, but that didn't happen, so I used a dead limb to get that limb pulled down, and now I'm clearing a trail. Just too much to even video half of it, but just gotta say that there's just so much more to it in the off season than just a couple little things. You gotta really dedicate if you wanna make those fine details matter.